Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really fun video for you guys. It is a full face, full glam, dewy skin, only using drugstore products. I really love these types of videos because I feel like a lot of people want to achieve that like really glam look but can't afford those like super glam high-end products. And I don't feel like you need those super high-end products to achieve that full glam look. So that's why I wanted to do this video for you guys today, just to show you that you can achieve that look using your drugstore products. Some of these you can just go to like your local Walgreens and pick up. Some of these are drugstore price, but you have to order them online. So yeah, let's just jump right into this video. So for my face, for like the base, I'm going for a really like glowy, dewy skin. I am really dry, so I like to have more of a, well, I'm not really dry, I'm kind of in between, but I can get really dry, so I like to be just glowy and hydrated looking, if you will. So to start off, I'm first going to be applying this as my primer. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion in the shade Light. I wouldn't technically call this like a primer. I don't think it would like make your makeup stay on much longer, but it's a really pretty base. I really like to just apply this stuff on like no makeup days just to make my skin look more healthy and hydrated and dewy and glowing. I think glowing is going to be the word of the video. Looking glowy, we're looking dewy. For foundation, this is my holy grail foundation. It is my favorite over any of the high-end foundations I've tried before. It stays on longer than any foundation I've tried, and it just looks better. Like, my skin looks so healthy when I wear this. But this is the L'Oreal Pro Glow, Infallible Pro Glow, and I am in the shade 104. So to apply this, I'm just using my Real Technique sponge. I honestly like this over the Beauty Blender too. Shocking, I know, but I feel like it just gives me a fuller coverage. I'm aware that this is not my shade right now, but we're gonna make it work. Gotta drag it super far down because I bought this shade when my self-tan was like fading, so it's still a little too dark. When I apply my foundation, I like to avoid the lids because I feel like my eyeshadow doesn't go on as smoothly when I have foundation on them. So for concealer, this is another holy grail product that I love, and I always find myself going back to this one. Like if I just ran out of concealer and I need to go grab one, I am totally fine with picking this one up. I love it so much. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I have it in light, and this is what we're gonna use to fix how dark my foundation is. Okay, so I just bought this Airspun powder because I realized I didn't have a drugstore under eye setting powder, and I've heard so many good things about this, but so far I'm having the worst experience. First off, it smells like a grandma. Okay, so I'm just dipping my sponge into it, and I'm just going to set my under eyes. Oh, I like this! Oh my gosh! That is bomb! It brightens, but it also, okay, so I've always hated putting powder. I mean, I still did it, but I always hated putting powder under my eyes because once I put it under my eyes, I swear it felt like my under eyes just like shriveled up and are like so dry and uncomfortable. This does not feel like that at all. And I feel like I put a lot of powder on, but it still keeps like the brightness of my concealer. I'm so happy right now. I wonder if this has flashback. If any of you have tried the Airspun powder, just the original translucent Tell me if it has splashback or not, because I am kind of figuring out what I need to, like what type of makeup I need to get for my wedding, because I am doing my own. I was just gonna use the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder that I know and love, but I love this one too. So let me know if this has flashback or not. My face smells like a grandma, but that's okay. My new holy grail drugstore price, you can't get to the drugstore, it's online, but drugstore price brow product is Arch by Billion Dollar Brows, all of their brow products. I first tried them from the swag bag that I got from the Lipstick Nick masterclass, and I am obsessed. Obsessed. They are like ABH quality, but like drugstore price. So I just went in with the brow pomade, and the brow pomade was in the shade medium. Now I'm going in with their pencil in the shade dark, and just creating kind of dimension in the brows and filling in any holes that I have. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my Age Rewind concealer to clean up my brows. And the brush that I'm using is the Billion Dollar Brow. This is the straight edge brow brush. I like to use this one for the front of my brows, and then I'll use a Morphe concealer brush for like the tail part of my brow. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M421 brush, and I'm just gonna do the tail part of my brow. Now I just like to take my sponge and just kind of blend that concealer that I applied underneath my brows, being careful not to like smudge my brows. I'm gonna set it with a clear brow gel. This is also by Billion Dollar Brows. Okay, so I just realized the whole time that I was doing my face and my brows, my hair was crazy. Okay, so now that we have the face and the brows done, we're gonna move on to the eyes. And for eyes today, I am using a palette that you have to order online, but it is at drugstore price. It's not like one of those high-end palettes. You can't go to the drugstore and get this palette, but it is the Morphe 350 palette. This is a very inexpensive palette for all the shades that you get. You get all these shades for $23, I think it is. Clearly mine has been loved and the black is missing, but so for my transition shade, I am going to go in with this one right here on my Morphe M514 brush, and I am just going to be applying that all in the crease for my transition shade. So just take your time with blending the transition color, because once your transition color is laid down and it's very, very blended, just the whole thing's gonna look really blended if your transition shade is super blended. So I brought that really far up in the crease, not really touching the lid because we're gonna put a different shade on there. With a clean brush, I'm using the Morphe E22 brush, and I'm just going to go over those edges and make sure everything is super blended. Mostly the outer part where it kind of fades into the skin, and then also the inner corner right here I want to make sure is super blended. Okay, now I'm going to be taking this shade right here on a another Morphe brush, but I think this one came in a kit, so it doesn't have like the number on it. And then I'm going to focus that one lower into into the crease. So this one is darker than the first one we put on, so we really want to make sure that we're starting with a little bit and slowly buffing it out. And taking that E22 brush again and then blending out those edges, mainly on the outer corner and then in the inner corner. And then taking the M514 brush without picking up any more of the first shade that we put on and blending it out. Should I zoom you guys in a little bit? So I was first kind of buffing it out in the crease, taking very, very little of it. Now I'm really focusing it in the lower part of the crease just to deepen that up. And I'm just kind of buffing those edges. I did pick up just a little bit more of that transition shade. And I'm just patting that into the outer portion of the crease and then blending it out. So for the lid, I'm going to be using the Super Shock eyeshadow by Colourpop in the shade Amaze. And I'm just going to be applying that with my finger. Yes! Now I'm taking that brush and kind of just blending that out. I really don't want it to be like a line of where I put the shadow. But I'm mainly focusing on the lid and then dragging it up ever so slightly. Taking that brush, making sure there's no harsh edges. Okay, so for my liner, I'm going to be tight lining with the NYX Retractable Eyeliner. And so for mascara, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Telescopic. I have no eyelashes. So for my falsies, I'm going to be using the Kiss Lashes in the style Opulent. And I'm just going to put these on off camera because they're just lashes. So I'll be right back and I'm going to put my lashes on, but they'll be on like right now. So my lashes are on. And now we're going to move to the lower lash line. So I'm going to place in my waterline the same NYX eyeliner that we put on the top. Then with my Morphe E36 brush, I'm going to be basically doing the same thing that I did on the top with the two shades that I put in the crease minus the glitter on the lower lash line. So I'm going to take this one right here and I'm going to be placing that all on the lower lash line. I need a mirror. So I really want the lower lash line to be super smoky. So I'm going to take this Coastal Scents brush right here. It is in the number, okay, it's a long one, BRC-N01. Taking this darker shade right here, and then I'm gonna get super, super close to that lash line. This is so hard for me. I have to get super close to my mirror, I'm sorry. So now I'm just gonna add some lower mascara and then we are going to move on to the rest of the face. So for my bronzer, I'm gonna be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I just discovered this and I absolutely love it. And it smells like coconut. If you don't like coconut, you won't like this because it's very overpowering. So I'm applying that with my M527 brush. This is my favorite bronzer brush because it is so big and fluffy and it just blends out the bronzer perfectly. And then before I add my highlight, I'm going to do my blush. And the blush that I'm going to be using is the Sleek Makeup Palette and this blush right here. And the brush I'm using is the Luxie 504 brush. So the first highlighter I'm going to be using is the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek in Lunch Money. I also just discovered this and I am obsessed because it just gives me that really pretty like golden highlight. down, not overpowering at all. And then right on top of that, I'm going to be applying the Sleek Makeup highlighter, the Solstice palette. I'm going to be using this shade right here. For my lipstick, I'm going to be using the Milani liquid lipstick in the number 19. This is a super dark brown one. You guys do not have to use a super dark one, but I wanted to show you that you can get like a super full glam, like smoky eye, dark lip, only using drugstore products. So this is the lip I'm going to be using right now. Alright guys, so that is it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really wanted to do this video because I just wanted to show you that you don't need those expensive products to get that full, fierce, glam, smoky eye, dewy skin, glowy skin, and dark lip. I will list all of the products that I mentioned down below. If you guys want to see more tutorials using only drugstore products, please like this video and leave me a comment saying that you would love to see that. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media. Well, just Instagram because that's all I have. So I will leave my Instagram name right here. And don't forget to follow me and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.